Hi and welcome to episode 11 of JO Talk Sports. I'm your host, JO Newstead, here in the Sports Nook with my co-host, Dan Newstead. Shout out to Grandpa Newstead. Sorry about the Blue Jays.
I think you should shout out to all of those poor, sad Toronto fans. Cousin Dale,
Sorry, haha, go Mariners.
cousin Carrie, Uncle Robin, all friends, all my coworkers at BMO, Uncle Rich, Uncle Evan. Although he's not a big Blue Jay fan, but yeah, those Toronto guys are a little sad. Anyway, back to you. Tell us what topics today.
Our topics here today will be the MLB postseason, everything crazy happening in the MLB right now. And our second topic, we talk about Week 6 in the NFL wrapping up, and the Huskies and other college football games. And finally, the hockey season finally beginning. Those are our topics. Let's begin.
All right. So I think we're probably talking mostly. First of all, props. I don't know if you can see. This is the new third jersey for the Kraken. It apparently glows in the dark, which is really sweet. But I'm pretty happy with it. Yeah, we got to go we got to go to the opening night. Who did they beat?
The Anaheim Ducks.
Okay. And then second game, they beat the Vegas Golden Knights. So undefeated, 2-0. Pretty sweet, yeah? You never know, but we'll get more and more into hockey once all these other things fade. But bring us back. Okay, baseball. We have not had an episode. We've been traveling. I've been traveling. Since when?
September 28th.
So this is our first October episode, and it's all nearly the 15th. Ooh, scary little Halloween time. What happened? Everything happened. The season ended. Playoffs. So, we got to do a quick recap. What are the big crazy things that happened in the wild card series?
Well, pretty obviously, the Dodgers beat the Reds.
Yeah.
Which I think everyone suspected.
Yeah, that was pretty easy.
But the Red Sox kind of closed in on the Yankees.
Red Sox played terribly.
The rookie for the Yankees, Cam.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say his last name. Went off.
Yeah. But they were sloppy. I think the Padres and
that was the best series, except that I'm making the Xander Bogaerts strike in that ninth inning.
Okay, yeah, that's a tough one.
And then the Tigers beating the Guardians.
Yeah, that was a good series. I mean, the Tigers, especially impressive given how big their collapse had been, that they were able to right the ship. And then, all right, moving on to
ALDS and then LDS.
Yeah, ALDS and LDS. So the Blue Jays
destroyed the Yankees.
Yeah. What do you think about the whole stealing and who's your daddy and the Yankees lose, and they were really giving it to the Yankees. What do you think? You feel good about that? A little cocky?
Well, I think the Yankees have always been cocky. They think they're going to win the World Series every year. They're the Cowboys of the MLB.
Ooh, a shot at the Cowboys. So that was a tough one. We'll come back to the Mariners series. The other one, what happened? The Cubs and the Brewers. Tough series.
The Brewers looked like they were going to take it away, and then the Cubs just came back.
Yeah, we saw the Cubs, and I mean, I think they were a really interesting, scrappy, hard playing team. I think they gave Milwaukee all that they can handle. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think probably the biggest upset, even though it's hard to say that the Dodgers being an upset, to beat the Phillies, because the Phillies looked like they were, when we saw the Phillies looked like they were the best.
The Phillies looked good except that one pitcher. Sorry.
Who was the one pitcher?
The guy who made the error.
Yeah, but they were still losing at that point anyway. I thought they were going to blow away the Dodgers. As good as the Dodgers are, I thought they were going to crush them.
We got crushed by both teams.
Yeah. All right, and then talked about the Tigers. You were live at a bunch of those games. Lots of roller coaster of emotions.
He beat Tarik Skubal 4 times, so
yeah, beat him twice in this series.
He's giving up 1 run in the second game, so.
And what about but just before, I mean, Skubal was.
He still did great.
He was amazing in game 2. He was even what's better than amazing in game 5. What about that outfielder, Alexander? Who's the leadoff hitter for the Kerry Carpenter, not Alexander. Like, again, I didn't watch every game because I was
lefty game 5.
But he just looked like he could hit the ball.
He looked like Barry Bonds.
That's a good analogy. So, I mean, if I'm a Tiger fan, I'm pretty excited about him. They got to figure out how to sign Tarik Skubal. I heard a little rumor. There's a real unsubstantiated rumor, but that he on Friday night threw his last pitch, struck out Cal Raleigh with a 101 mile an hour fastball, and they took him out. And it was at 99 pitches, and they took him out of the game. And I heard a rumor that was influenced by him and maybe his agent, and he doesn't want to risk himself, and which sounds really off because I think he's a pretty stand-up guy. That made him. I mean, as much as amazing as that game was, 15 innings and winning in the bottom of the 15th and hip Polanco, but if they keep Skubal in, I'm not sure the Mariners win that game because they were still losing 2-1 when he came out.
And then the 7th, that was the Leo Rivas.
I understand that, but that was against
Leo Rivas on his birthday.
Yeah,
he called it.
Yeah,
before the game.
For the game, yep, we got it. What else happened on that Friday night?
Eventful game, 15 innings, like you said.
Yeah, and didn't the fish the salmon?
There were 2 salmon races and a 14th inning stretch.
But who is this? What's the name? Humpy won for the first time in 162.
No, he didn't win.
He didn't do 162 games. He did 81 home games, and then this 162. Was the 4th. No, they don't do 100. Not 162.
Because first season.
Was it? Did he do it last year too?
He's done it 2 years.
This is the first time in 2 years that he won. They won in the middle of the 14th inning.
15th.
In the middle of the 15th inning, and
then we walked it off with hip hip.
Polanco. Yeah, for sure. All right, and so now we just finished watching the end of the Dodgers game, but right now they're leading the Blue Jays shockingly 2-0
with a 10 runs today.
Yeah. What do you think? I mean, when we were watching on Sunday night, we were like, if they could, this was gravy game, totally gravy.
Bryce Miller,
5th starter against their ace, and he throws an incredible game. I mean, what I saw and then today they crushed them, but even though the Blue Jays
Logan going 3 innings.
Yeah, but you know what?
Are they trying to save him for something?
Probably. He had a bit of a weird set, and
like 68.
I'm more than happy with it. But if you noticed, each of the 2 games, the Blue Jays have got a couple hits, so they got more hits and more runs today.
In the first,
but they still only had, I think, 1 hit after the second inning, and that's all they did on Sunday as well. So kudos to the bullpen and
even
just
with
all
Carlos
the pitching.
Vargas and Emerson Hancock pitching.
Yeah, these are all guys that are hittable. And now again, I think the Blue Jays were probably pretty disappointed once the game kind of got out of hand. But
still, when it was 6-3.
Yeah. So what's happening? Who's going to pitch? You're going to be there on Wednesday for Game 3. Who's pitching for the Mariners?
George Kirby versus Shane Bieber.
Yeah. Are you worried about Bieber?
Yes. He didn't do good against me.
Yeah. I mean, how long ago? He won the Cy Young?
3-4 years ago.
3 or 4 years ago. He was pretty dominant back then, but I think he's
falling apart.
Not quite the same pitcher he was.
Back then.
And then I think there's who's the other guy? The guy from he was with the Nationals, older guy. I think that'll pitch for the Blue Jays. Maybe. Wow. whatever his name. Anyway, doesn't matter. But we'll have Castillo pitch game 4, and then probably Brian Wu pitch game 5.
4 innings out of him would be nice. Because they're saying it's not going to be like a full start.
So we feel pretty good about the pitching that's coming up, yeah. We didn't invent pitching in Seattle, but maybe we perfected it. Maybe, is that what you think, Dale? I'm not sure.
Or maybe the Blue Jays.
All right, and so when we come back next episode, hopefully we'll know what the World Series looks like, and we could be talking about a crazy Blue Jay comeback.
Thursday?
Maybe. We could be talking about a crazy comeback by the Blue Jays. We could be talking about the Brewers. We could be talking about
the
Dodgers.
Shohei Ohtani.
But yeah, clutch win for them tonight. They hung on, but good game.
And then also, more about the Dodgers Brewers game. Blake Snell went 8 innings.
2-hit ball, yeah?
And then in the bottom of the 9th inning, someone got a single, I think. A ground double, a sac fly, third base, 2 outs.
Yeah.
Walk. Bases loaded, Bryce Turang, no 4th hitter. He just swings at a fastball way out of the zone for strike 3.
Sucks. All right. Football. Again, way too much football has happened. Let's focus on the hometown teams. How'd the Huskies do this week?
Well, Damon Williams is awesome.
Yeah.
First quarterback with, I think, 400 passing yards and 100 rushing yards in I think, Husky history.
Okay.
I'm not sure about that, but it's some history. They just really destroyed.
They were losing early, though.
They came back.
Yeah. That's a good game. It's a tough team. That's interesting. They played Rutgers last year. They also played them on a Friday night, but that was in New Jersey.
It might become a new rivalry.
And that becomes a bit of an interesting rivalry because I think they expected to beat Rutgers last year and they didn't. And Rutgers came in. They were like 4-1, or maybe they're undefeated.
Yeah.
They were a good team, so good sign. But now, big weekend coming up.
Michigan's going down to the Washington Huskies.
Yeah, they're ready for it. They can go into the big house.
Big noon kickoff.
You heard it.
If you're on the East Coast.
9 o'clock in the morning.
Pete.
This is like breakfast at there used to be a thing for tennis. It would be breakfast at Wimbledon. So maybe this will be breakfast at Sports Nook. Watch a little Huskies versus Wolverines. They beat them last year too, didn't they?
Yeah, but that was in Washington.
Yeah, the sad part is they didn't beat them when it counted. But one year we will, one year they will. Oh, you're mad at that. Oops. All right, pro football.
Oh, wait. Well, one more college.
Oh, yeah.
Indiana. Oregon. Quack, quack.
Yeah, that was crazy. Indiana looks pretty real. They might be the best. Well,
they might be the new 1 seed.
I don't think they play Ohio State in the regular season. I looked at their schedule. The best team they have to play, and who's not really very good, is Penn State.
Penn State fired James Franklin, so the best team they had to play was Oregon.
I know the teams left on their schedule that they could easily go undefeated. And I assume that would probably match them up with Ohio State in the Big Ten
Ohio
championship
State
game.
stays on and doesn't lose to Michigan. Wait, unless Oregon.
Oregon does
what?
Because
does Oregon play Ohio State?
I don't know. These are facts and things that you need to know, not me. I don't know them. But otherwise, it was good. I watched a little bit, one more tidbit, which is I watched a little bit of the Texas game with Arch Manning.
Oh, yeah.
They won. Texas won, so I'll give him a little credit. But he does not look good. He looks very overwhelmed. And, all due respect, the Mannings are a heck of a lot better quarterbacks than I'll ever be. So I don't mean to sound like I know any better, but for a guy with that pedigree, that's tough.
He just had high expectations.
Yeah. He does have high expectations. Maybe that's
everybody was the Heisman.
Yeah, exactly. When you have a name like Arch Manning, and so maybe
first two start against Ohio State.
Yeah, but this wasn't Ohio State, and he looked pretty tough too. All right, pro football, Seattle Seahawks. Yeah, that was a big win.
JSN.
Yeah. What about him?
The leaguer's most 100-yard games in the NFL, most receiving yards in the NFL, and 2 touchdowns.
So the only thing that I want to think about, which is it's awesome that they're 4-2, but they really play very different on the road than they. This is 2 years now where they've struggled at home.
They've lost one with Mike McDonald on
the road, but then they've been losing at home, which used to be.
I think it was the 9th straight game on the road win.
I understand, but aren't you concerned about them not playing the same way at home?
But
I mean, it's a great thing to win on the road. I'm not going to complain about a road win.
We just have to figure out.
But if you can't play, at the end of the day, you try to win so you can get home field advantage. If you can't play well at home, if there's something weird going on.
Okay, let me just.
Someone on the radio I heard made a suggestion, and they kind of dismissed it, that maybe this defense, with all the noise at Lumen Field, that this defense gets more disrupted by the noise than past defenses, which is weird because every home team does that noise thing. But
also, just to add, rivalries is different because they're used to playing there, and we could have won the Buccaneers game.
I understand that, but this is a great defense, and I think the Buccaneers are good, and I respect what they're doing, but I'm surprised that they put that many points up on the Seahawks defense. Yeah, the Niners game was weird.
The first game of the year is always weird.
So maybe that'll be a big test. We're going to go on next Monday.
This is the
so that'll be a big test. At home, should be loud.
7 p.m.
Hopefully they show up and do something good. Yeah.
Some other news is Joe Flacco had the chance to beat the Packers for 2 times in, I think, 3 weeks.
Yeah,
But
yeah, the Bengals.
He had a good game. He had 280 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
He looked good.
But I think the Bengals might have bitten off a bit too much.
Trey Hendrickson before.
I think they should trade him.
Deadline.
How about they trade? How about trade Jamar Chase? Bring him over here. That would be awesome.
Trade Trey Hendrickson for a quarterback who's on a 1-year deal.
Like who? I don't know. I think it works that way. I think if they traded him, they'll probably trade him for draft picks. You think you're going to get Shedeur? You're on Team Shedeur now? You want Shedeur with the Bengals?
Shedeur over Joe Flacco.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. I wouldn't. But the nugget is that he'll be back. Be back this year. So, you can't go bet the farm.
And then he can be a backup behind Joe Burrow.
I know. But I don't know. I think it's disappointing that they look so terrible, and maybe Flacco can squeeze out a win or two until Burrow gets back. And I do think that division is weak. All due respect to my friend Dan and any other Steeler fan out there, they are 4-1. Their 1 losses to the Seahawks, who dismantled them. And I look at the other games, they've by the hair of their chin, they're not a good 4-1 team.
The one good one was the Browns, and it's the Browns.
I understand. So what I'm saying is that if the Bengals can find a way to be anywhere close to this, lucky for them, the Browns are the Browns, and the Ravens are having a really down season as well, that the Bengals might be able to sneak into the playoffs and do some damage over there for sure.
Then final game, Thursday night.
Yeah.
How about Tim Scatterboo?
Yeah, what did he do?
3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
He owns the Eagles. Speak about the Eagles having a fall down.
And your buddy Jackson Dart, guy you wanted to take it for the.
He's the best quarterback in 2025.
Yeah, he They look like a different football team with him at quarterback. Yeah.
I watched one game with him at Ole Miss, and I convinced myself he was the best quarterback.
Well, that's cool. Well, anyway, it's getting late here in Seattle. Hopefully, you're all excited to be back on. I don't think we're going to go. We will have an episode on Thursday because we're going to the Mariners game on Thursday. You're going on Wednesday, Thursday, and if there's even a game on Friday. So, it's really rough life being JR talking sports. But we'll probably do an episode on Sunday.
Maybe Guac Talk.
Maybe Guac. Teasing a little Guac Talk. We'll see if Guac Talk can happen. Because I've heard from many people that they prefer the Guac Talk co-hosts to the normal co-host. I'm not sure why, but
well, we still have to talk about some hockey right now.
We do?
Yeah.
What happened?
The Kraken.
Yeah, we talked about it.
And then also the Mammoths finally actually having a team name.
Yeah.
It's nice seeing them. No, Utah Hockey Cup. Utah Mammoth.
I did see just my last little comment about poor Toronto fans. They also played a hockey game today because Thanksgiving in Canada today. The Maple Leafs played, I think it was the Wings. They lost. I was reading an article about how they lost the game. The fans were upset. They put on the big screen inside the arena. They played the baseball.
Was
and,
it like
and then right first inning, the Mariners hit a 3-run home run, and everyone's mad. And
oh, speaking of like baseball, when on Friday night with Electus, he was telling me like how hundreds of fans stayed in the stadium
to watch the rest of the Mariners game. That was really cool. Some good footage on the good old social media there. All right, what we're gonna say.
Thank you for watching. That's our episode.